In today's day and age, with the cars removed off the websites, can we get 10 cars for less than the price of the cheapest open wheel car? That's what we're doing in today's video, and I'm going to try not to make this look like a budget garage. We'll go all out, but not really. Right, okay, starting off, we've got a 3 million budget, so I can freely surf the web. There are a lot of choices. Now, there were a few things that, with the fact that they've nearly removed every single vehicle, that is great value for money. Like, nearly 80% of the vehicles that were really good value for money. I was stuck. I was sorting these by price and realizing that not many things are going to be in my budget. And recently, I've been very fond of the Astro Up GZ. I think it's got great handling, although it does look like a pedestrian car, which then does face later issues. I was sure to start customizing it anyway. It's 459,000. It's definitely not over the top. And slowly customizing it, I actually did like the car, but then when you put it back in your garage, you just realize that you have spent around 550,000 on a car that looks like a pedestrian car. When I was back at my garage, then I started reflecting on it like, yeah, that was a stupid decision, spending so much money on an Astro Up GZ. So yeah, let me buy another vehicle, which is one of my favorite cars in the game, the Golden Classic. Now, I laugh because this is 615,000. I would definitely say I was too lazy to get the trade price. So there goes 615,000, but it's worth it. I love the Golden Classic. This is still a garage that represents me. So I went for that purchase, and yeah, customizing this car fills you with a lot of joy because there's so many customizations. I honestly recommend this car to everyone, and it is a shame that I couldn't really put engine upgrades. I could, but if you think about it, the engine upgrades themselves would have cost like 1.2 million for all cars, so it wouldn't make much sense if I did put them on. I guess I'll just have to save up and apply them later. But there was the painstaking price tags of the modifications. I spent 20k on a livery, 11k on the bonnet, and then I thought I'd do the little trick. Rockstar, you left it in the game, don't blame me for doing this, but you can normally get the first wheel option for free. So in this case, I got the retro steelies for free. You get it for free by just going on the wheel category you want and then just spamming X on stock wheel, and then it'll purchase the second wheel and you won't actually buy it, you'll get it for free. If it doesn't work, just switch between wheels, go to another category and spam on stock, and then go back to the other category. Yeah, this is not looking great. Coming back to the garage, I soon realized 1.2 million I've spent on 2 cars. I'm supposed to be budgeting. If we average it out, I should have only spent 600k, not 1.2 million. So to equal this out a bit, when I was driving to LSC, I did see a Sentinel. And Sentinel, if you know, is like another one of my favorite cars. It's strange you can get this for free, but not so strange because it's a first generation GTA car. And yeah, very simple mods on this vehicle. I realized I did have to go all the way back to my garage because Simeon wanted this stupid car, and then come back to LSC. I then got the Cosmo Mark II, which cost way more than the car does. I didn't pay for the car, but I insured it, which was the biggest fee. More than the car to insure. Yeah, the most expensive option. That's a good thing because I've spent hardly anything on this car. Now, okay, I cheaped out on that car. So let's go to the next vehicle. Let's look through Legendary Motorsports. Probably not a good idea. And I realized this month for GTA Plus, the Jugular's free. Now, I'm not gonna get the Jugular. I just feel like it'll be cheating. I've got GTA Plus. I was thinking, if you actually want the Jugular and you would normally buy shark cards, it's worth getting GTA Plus this month, because normally for £6 you would get the 600k shark card, but with GTA Plus you get 500k and you get the Jugular free and a host of other benefits as well. This sounds like I'm promoting... Never mind, forget what I said. There comes a point where I look at cars and I just can't resist. The Monroe is just such a nice car. I've always loved it. It was one of the first cars I saved up for in GTA, and I bought it. And if you look at how much money I've got left, it's not looking good. I am spending way too much money here, but it's worth it. It's the Monroe, especially when you slap those Mamba wheels on it. And yeah, just look at it. Like, I think it was a good choice. My bank account didn't, but I thought it was. And you'd think I'd learn my lesson and not go on Legendary Motorsports again, but hell, it does. Yeah, I went to look for other vehicles. I realized that I knew there was loads of vehicles removed, but honestly, it was like really hard to get budget vehicles from the websites. There used to be so many options, and now they're all gone. So I went to Simeon's to go check if there were any budget vehicles there. Not really. I thought I'd go to the Vinewood garage and check, and there's that Jugular just sitting, tempting me. But no, I'm not gonna get it. I've got enough money for 6 more cars. And you'd think I'd learn my lesson and I wouldn't go on Legendary Motorsports, but hella does. And I always speak about the Toros being so much value for money that if GTA were to release this now, easily 2.2 million is the price it'll be at. I find it very hard to make a spec for the Toros or the Toros. I wasn't really happy with my spec, but I just thought it was such good value for money, I had to have it. Which is stupid to say out loud because now I've got 620k left. I've spent nearly 2.4 million on 5 cars. I've got 620k left for the rest of the vehicles. Great, hella. Great. This really does not seem to be going well, but let's just see what I do with it. I think it's obvious now that I have to stick with budget vehicles. So I went and picked the Kuruma. This whole video is just cars that I would normally get anyway, but the difficulty is just modifying your vehicle how you want it, because you can't. There's a lot of options that cost a lot of money, like the liveries on this Kuruma. So I did put the Stans Andreas one, which was free, and it matched my wheels as well, which weren't free, of course. But I think it ended up looking nice. A little hybrid of a rally spec. And yeah, meanwhile, whilst I wasn't recording, I did gather an F620. Everything was valuable to me now. Just driving on the streets. If I seen a pedestrian car that would fit the garage, I'd get it. And I think the F620 makes my next few budget cars not look so much like budget cars. And same with the Challange GT. So the F620, very simple. I put very simple wheels on there and color paint. And yeah, I think it just still looks like a high-end sports car, which it is, but it doesn't cost that much in GTA. But the cool thing about it is you can get it from the street. Did the same with the Challange GT, made a build for it, I stanced it, and I think it looks relatively good and adds some value to the garage. Right, okay, it really got hard here. Not hard to spend half the budget because I got 2 more cars, but hard to spend my whole budget on 1 car. The restrictions really do not help out. Rockstar's removed cars has become a nightmare for people who want a budget. So what does Hella go and do? He goes and buys the Impaler, not at trade price, for 331k when he has 385k left. Such a stupid idea. But as soon as I got the car, I just thought, this is actually not a stupid idea. This car is amazing. If I have to get another car for the street for this, it's worth it. Because with the Impaler, a lot of people normally customize it to the Future Shock one or just any arena modification. But if you just keep it nice, stock, mine, I just loved it being black with the chrome bumpers, chrome trim. I wasn't sure about the interior, but I went white with that. And it just felt nice. That suspension, how soft it was. Normally, you don't get to experience that because you'll have the Apocalypse version, which is a lot stiffer, or you have it lowered, which is a lot stiffer also. But if you do have the Impaler, the normal one, put it to stock height and drive that car. It's such a different experience. Now, having 40,000 left, I really didn't have many options. I could have got another car off the street, but then that would be boring. And I felt like cheating this is less boring than me getting a car off the street. So yeah, I did buy that Jugular. The stupid thing I did was buy it from the Vinewood Car Club, because if you buy it from the Vinewood Car Club, it comes with a livery. And to put that livery back to stock cost me 11,400, which I wouldn't complain about, but I've hardly got any money left. So that is super annoying. I thought I could be a bit lenient here. I can see my budget clearly in the top right, and I could spend it all on this Jugular. And it kind of worked out. I was forced to put this blue on there because it was a cheap blue. And yeah, free chrome wheels too. I feel like the budget chose the modifications on this car. I didn't. There we have it, all my 10 cars. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I cheated? Would you guys have picked a different option? What cars would you have replaced for another car in this video? It's really hard with these removed cars. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. See you guys in the next one.